Good evening. As a new principal in this district, I am honored and excited to have the opportunity to help improve our campus through the dispense of the Educational Advancement Fund. Based on last year's accountability summary, our site-based decision-making committee has written 3 goals to improve on as a campus in our campus improvement plan. I firmly believe these goals will help push our faculty and students to improve on several levels and can be accomplished by using the Educational Advancement Fund properly. The Accountability Summary Report for Vernon Middle School in 2017 showed that our school served 470 students total, with 66.2% being economically disadvantaged, 9.8% English language learners, 14.8% mobility rate, and 13% being in our special education program. Even with such high averages of students being at risk, economically disadvantaged, ELLs, and SPED, Vernon Middle School received a rating of Met Standard. We received a 65 on Index 1 for student achievement, a 31 on Index 2 for student progress, a 33 on Index 3 for closing performance gaps, and a 27 on Index 4 for post-secondary readiness. While we earned a rating of Met Standard, we have lots of room for improvements. The only distinction earned was an academic achievement in social studies. Our goals for this year include improving our math and reading STAR scores and attendance rates while decreasing our office referrals and discipline issues. Specifically, Objective 1 is to increase the passing grade from 61% to 65% for approaches, 35% to 39% for meets, and from 16% to 20% for masters on the Reading Star. Improvement will be formatively measured using data from DMAC testing every 3 weeks. Scores from the DMAC testing will determine tutoring groups for the following 3 weeks. Objective 2 is to increase the passing grade from 63% to 68% for approaches, 30% to 34% for meets, and 10% to 14% for masters for the Math Star. We will use the same testing data and process to measure progress for Objective 2. Objective 3 is to reduce the amount of 10 or more referrals to less than 35% of all students. With these 3 goals in mind, our site-based decision-making committee wrote the following vision for our campus. Students will be given the opportunity to acquire skills for academic growth and success, as well as being held accountable for their choices in order to prepare them for life beyond Vernon Middle School. While writing the campus vision and improvement goals, the site-based decision-making committee felt it was just as important to respond to the needs of discipline and attendance as it was test scores. In the 2016-2017 school year, Vernon Middle School averaged 93% attendance rates, with the 6 weeks being the lowest, with only 89% of students attending school. We also had an unusually high number of discipline referrals throughout the year. With low attendance and high discipline reports, all of the student scores are affected. Teachers are spending too much time dealing with discipline and getting students caught up, and that takes away from focusing on academics for everyone. Our vision and goals will be posted in the school hallway where they are visible to everyone, online on our campus website, on our social media accounts, and presented to parents and the community at student orientations, parent-teacher meetings, and open house night. Our goal is to have clear communication with the community about what our expectations are and how we plan to achieve them. To ensure that our goals involving improving the reading and math STAR scores are met, Vernon Middle School will employ the use of instructional strategies from programs such as Fundamental 5, AVID, TEACS resources, and by participating in the Maranzano's High Reliability Schools. To promote relationship building between staff and students to reduce discipline referrals and increase attendance rates, all staff will also be fully trained in the Capturing Kids' Hearts program, while encouraging our own above-the-line reward system. All of these programs are designed and implemented to improve student learning and provide teachers and staff with ongoing professional development. To meet the needs of all three of our goals, our campus will also be going one-to-one with the availability of a Chromebook cart in every classroom. However, buying carts to put in every classroom would be unrealistic to accomplish all at once, since the $500,000 fund will be distributed over a 2-year time period. To focus on our goals to be met first, only reading and math teachers will receive carts during the first year. They cost approximately $10,000 per cart, which includes 30 Chromebooks, warranty and insurance for each one, a charging station, and the rolling cart itself, which comes with a lock and key. Since there are 2 math, 2 reading, and 1 writing teacher per grade level, 15 Chromebook carts will be purchased when the funds become available after October 1st. Purchasing 15 carts at $10,000 apiece will deplete $150,000 of the $250,000 available the first year. The same process will take place next year to give the 6 social studies, 6 science, and 3 elective teachers the same advantage. Elective teachers of classes such as band, choir, and PE will not be receiving them. Our biggest investment yearly, including the Chromebook carts, fully training our staff on how to use them appropriately, and buying the protective covers, would cost approximately $171,000. That leaves almost a remaining $80,000 to be spent per year. After Chromebooks and technology, our biggest expenditure would be training the teachers on the programs we plan on implementing. Since Vernon ISD tends to have high teacher turnover rates, keeping everyone trained and up to date can become costly. Sending 12 teachers per year to the Avid Summer Institute in San Antonio costs $10,000. The Marzano's High Reliability School is held at Region 9 every fall semester. At $150 per teacher, that would cost $9,000 per year to attend. However, that also includes HRS representatives from Region 9 visiting our campus the rest of the year to observe, support, and offer advice and resources to the teachers. To stay in line with the district policies, the English teachers also need to get ESL certified and attend the 4-day ESL training at Region 9. For 4 teachers per year, to get ESL certified would cost a total of $3,000. Fundamental 5 is the program that will set structure for our school and make sure there is consistency in every classroom. It trains the teachers on how to frame a lesson, work in the power zone, encourage frequent small group purposeful talk, implement critical writing, and recognize and reinforce students' work. This will set the standard for what should never be seen, what might be seen, and what should be seen in every classroom during observations. Since this program will set the expectations for every teacher, this needs to be a campus-wide training the first year only. Sending 40 teachers to a 2-day training at Region 9 would cost approximately $12,000. Probably the most costly training, that would also only be done the first year of receiving the funds, for the entire staff would be the Capturing Kids' Hearts training. It costs $25,000 for a Capturing Kids' Hearts representative to travel to Vernon Middle School to conduct a full 3-day training. He or she would train the staff on strategies to build and maintain relationships with the students and among each other. We chose to implement this program the first year and make it a priority to target our third goal of lowering discipline referrals and raising attendance rates. Between AVID, HRS, ESL, Fundamental 5, and Capturing Kids' Hearts trainings, we would spend a total of almost $60,000 on implementing programs that would directly benefit student learning through strategies and resources, help solidify classroom expectations, and encourage relationship building. Our remaining funds would be spent on paying teacher stipends to tutor after hours, buying additional tutoring supplies, purchasing access to online math and reading programs targeting student-specific needs, such as Study Island, and incentives for our above-the-line reward system. Our goal would be to start a tutoring boot camp 6 weeks before the time of the test, specifically targeting our economically disadvantaged ESL and SPED students. Since paying for staff to get trained in capturing kids' hearts and Fundamental 5 will only take place during the first year of the windfall funds, the same amount of money, $37,000 to be exact, will be spent the second year on purchasing 3 new printers. We currently only have 1 big printer, and it is not efficient enough for a campus our size. Our goal the second year would be to have 2 printers downstairs in the workroom and 2 printers upstairs in the teacher lounge. I am eternally grateful to have the Site-Based Decision-Making Committee help me through this process. The committee consists of administration, our counselor, department heads, grade-level team leaders, teachers on the campus leadership team, parents, and community members. We meet every Thursday morning so that the grade-level team leaders can meet with their grade-level meetings every Friday morning before school. They decide specific details about their grade-level tutoring groups, vote on Students of the Week for the following week, and review what was discussed at the site-based decision-making meeting the day before. That way, there is a direct link of communication between the school leaders to the other teachers and staff, and everyone is involved in decision-making. The shared responsibility between the Site-Based Decision-Making Committee and the other teachers and staff members helps build relationships and trust between each other to form a stronger staff for our students. For managing personnel, I am responsible for making sure our teachers hold current certifications, attend and receive relevant professional development trainings, are turning in and following AVID lesson plans, contacting parents once per week for a positive phone call, and keeping up with documentation throughout their lessons for what accommodations SPED 504 and ESL students are receiving. Holding our staff accountable for these tasks will ensure that our school is promoting student learning. As you are all aware, our superintendent is a firm believer in the power of the Capturing Kids' Hearts program and wanted to encourage teachers to make at least 1 positive phone call home per week. That will help us cross the bridge between the school and our community by building bonds between teachers, students, and parents by spreading the word of the positive things going on our campus all the time. By building those relationships, we can also get a better understanding of what our students' diverse needs are and how to best use the windfall funds to target those areas. We also plan to get the community more involved on campus this year in a number of ways. Throughout the year, we will host events such as the Fall Carnival, Open House Night, Family Learning Event, and as we move closer to the STAR testing, we will push to build a team of parents or community members who would like to volunteer to read to students. Holding those events, building a PTO, and sending out surveys to the students, parents, and community members via social media and at all events will help influence decisions related to our school and future budgeting. We firmly believe that using the windfall funds as I have proposed to promote student learning will increase our test scores, which in turn will increase funding we receive from the state. This $500,000 fund is a wonderful opportunity to start raising the expectations for the faculty, students, and community. With higher STAR scores, increased state funding, and a huge advancement in technology, Vernon Middle School will not only reach our goals, but also set examples for other schools. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to decide how to spend the funds within our site-based decision-making committee and for your patience during this presentation.